Hey, this is Zach Peak.
Hey, this is Pat Dorian.
This is Drew Rob.
It's Anthony Video.
You're listening to the Talking Birdie podcast.
Fly ball left field. Nate McClough is there. And the magical season of the Baltimore Orioles continues.
Ball and 2 strikes on Goins. Ground ball to first. There's Pierce. And the Orioles are champions of the AL East.
And everybody knows he's ready to fire on the first one. Bases loaded. Young swings, line drive. That is down and to the wall. Cruz is in. Pierce is in. Party around third. He's going to try to score. And safe. The Orioles have the lead.
With the first selection of the 2019 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Adley Rutschman, a catcher from Oregon State University.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 36 of the Talking Birdie podcast. It's Ryan, Josh, and Brad. How you guys doing today?
Doing good, Ryan. Went to Pittsburgh yesterday. Had a nice day there, and back at the work grind today. But other than that, doing fine. Brad, how you doing?
Dude, it was Rylan Bannon MLB debut today, and I shed many tears. Best day of my life. Easily the best day of my life. So very emotional time for me, and I appreciate your sensitivity to me in this time. Brian, how you doing?
Not bad, man. Yeah, we were both very excited for you today.
Yeah, he made a really good play in the first inning. He got a single on the first pitch ever thrown to him. I really, really wanted one more hit out of him, but all in all, it was okay MLB debut, and hopefully that's not a one and done kind of game for him since he was just a taxi squad guy. But I'd like to see a little more out of him. I think probably just based on the pulse of the fan base, it seemed like a lot of people were kind of excited about it. So hopefully he gets a little bit more of a shot.
Anytime you get a chance to look at a new infielder with the group that we have together right now, it's going to be cause for excitement.
And he was part of the Machado trade, the marquee trade of 2018. Yeah. Now, I know Yusniel Diaz was the key piece, but Bannon was my guy all along. Went through lots of ups and downs. He's a hot and cold kind of guy. He started out AAA season this year really hot, and then he cooled off, and I started to get concerned that, oh, boy, here we go. He almost made it. He was a couple games away from being the call-up over Tyler Nevin, and then he started to cool off, and now he's never going to get a shot. But here we go. He got a shot today. So hopefully he gets a little bit more of a look. But all in all, we're playing some exciting baseball, man. Went from 8-16 to 14-18. So we're 3 games out of the third wild card. Here we go. We got a long way to go. So
yeah, I think we're only 3 games back of the Blue Jays actually right now.
Yeah, they're holding. Yeah. Yep, they're holding wild card 3. So let's go.
I just thought it was hilarious how the reaction to the Bannon starting in the lineup and the call up was is probably going to be more intense and excited than the Adley call up.
Yes. Oh yeah, it was because
that's expected.
Because Bannon's my thing. Obviously, I'm excited about Adley. I'm going to the game on Monday. By the way, Ryan. If you want to come, I already got tickets and everything. A buddy of mine asked me.
Yeah.
But if you want to, you can come and we can hang out. But we'll talk about that afterwards.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that Adley's getting called up on Monday. That's what it sounds like. Is that the pulse you guys are getting?
Yes.
Yeah. It seems like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we took a bit of a gamble. Worst case, we go to the game and we're watching an Orioles Yankees game and there's no Adley. But hopefully Rylan Bannon is still there.
You have to promise me if that does happen and some dickbag in a Derek Jeter jersey with a name on the back starts chanting "Future Yankee," that you will punch him as hard as you possibly can in the face.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay, cool.
I don't want to get banned from Kennedy Arts, but maybe we can work out some kind of a deal.
Follow him to his car.
But you got to do like the drunk Yankee fan chant, like Derek Jeter. Just a generic drunk Yankee fan, and then let's go Yankees. Most of them know like 3 players on the team. Yeah, super good dudes though.
We saw
Super good.
3 too many jerseys or Yankees jerseys at opening day, when the Brewers were in town.
You saw Yankees? I didn't even see that. I was with you like half the time at least.
We
I
saw
didn't see
a
any.
few, yeah.
I think I recall seeing like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are you doing?
I'm sure those guys were born and raised in New York, and they're big New York Knicks fans and New York Rangers fans and Jets fans and stuff like that. So
They're Lakers fans too.
I can forgive them for being. Yeah, no, that's what they actually are, Josh. That's what they actually are. They're Lakers fans and Cowboys fans.
They love Duke basketball.
Duke basketball. Oh yeah,
Go to
Coach
all the
K,
games.
baby. Coach. No, they've never been to a Duke basketball. They've
So
never
that's what
been
they
on
tell
campus.
people.
I've been on Duke's campus 2 more times than almost every Duke fan I know. I did that when I moved back up from Florida. I went to a couple college campuses just so I could say I've been on Duke's campus more than pretty much every Duke fan I've ever met. Suck it, haters. And then KU football played them in the fall, so I went back. We lost because we're KU football, but it was a fun time. It's a fun time though.
Yeah.
We scored a couple touchdowns, so that was cool.
Did they cover?
Actually, no. It looked like they were going to. There were 16.5-point dogs, and they scored a touchdown to go up like 8 early second half. I was like, covering this easy, and then they just completely imploded, lost by like 20. Yeah. But we play them again this year, and now that we got my guy Jayla Daniels taking over quarterback, we got this. So we're good. We're
That's
good.
dope.
Yeah, it's totally
That's
dope, bro.
Super
It's
dope.
so dope, bro. Yep.
So we're gonna get into the episode here, but first and foremost, I need to point out that hold on a second. Twitter on a desktop is so much different than Twitter on a phone.
Awful,
What the
man.
fuck, bro? How do you get to your profile? Oh,
I can't believe
there it
people
is.
use
Okay.
Instagram on their computer.
That's psychotic behavior.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes. So on last Saturday, we put a little tweet on our Twitter timeline letting people know that we are giving away a JSA certified signed Austin Hayes baseball bat. And you know why we do these things.
What an opportunity.
It's for followers. It's for engagement. We're thirsty. We're thirsty like people crossing the Sahara. We're thirsty for followers. And so that's why we give you things, because it tricks you into following us. And we entered that day with 501 Twitter followers. And I am happy to announce right now that even though it did kind of stop going up, we now sit at 1,212 followers.
Yep. So we've been active for, I guess, 10 months now. We started about last July.
It is, yep, last
July
July.
or so. So it took us about 10 months to build up to 502 followers. We appreciate every single one of you. And we appreciate the 700 plus that just joined us this past weekend because of the Austin Hayes bat giveaway. And hopefully a bunch of you are tuned in because we have a good time on this podcast and we love interacting with you guys. So
Yes. Yeah.
welcome aboard.
If you did just follow us for the podcast, for the giveaway. We really do hope you tune in and let us know if you do. We just, we love to have new listeners, and just reach out to us. Let us know if you're liking the show. So yeah, we just want to do a quick shout out. We are thinking about possibly doing that episode live next week on the 19th. That is when we are going to announce the winner of the giveaway. So keep tuned in for that. And if we get the stuff figured out to do the episode live, we will let you all know. Of course, it will be all plugged on our Twitter account that you should follow, even if you haven't already. It's at Podcast Birdie. So yeah, just wanted to give a quick shout out to everybody that followed. Thank you very much, and early congratulations to whoever wins the bat.
And to the new people who are tuning in this week for the first time, that I assume there's got to be some of you among the new people that followed, even though a lot of you were in it initially for the bat. Hopefully you're giving us a shot. Leave us a 5-star review. Normally we say this for the end of the episode, but I just want to remind everyone that right away. We'll read your comment live on the recording, even if you're talking shit about how stupid we are. So,
which
The
people
guy
do.
who told us we were 3 drunk kids yelling at each other.
Yes.
but he didn't leave us a 5-star review. So fuck him.
No, he didn't.
No, he left us 1 star, and if he would have left us 5 stars, we would have read it, and he would have gotten his day in the sun. So
Yeah.
that's what you get, sir. You get nothing.
To be honest with you, he said it's just 3 drunk kids yelling at each other. That was Jordan Lyle's episode that we did late on a Saturday night during the
another one.
yeah
1 star. It says I'll pass.
Says I'll pass.
That's all it says.
Oh man.
Well,
But then-
obviously you didn't pass, sir, if you listened to it. So get fucked.
Eventually, we're gonna have to do when people start tweeting nasty things at us, a mean tweet segment. So, we'll get there.
That does sound fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you
Yes.
guys hate us, go ahead and talk your shit on Twitter, and we'll do some mean tweets on here. Should be a good
Did you
time.
did you see the title of that one, Josh? Arrogant and foul mouthed.
I did not actually.
That's
hilarious.
that's a fair assessment, actually. You know what?
If anything,
Bravo.
we're like self-deprecating.
Bravo.
There was 3 idiots on a podcast. That's
Yeah,
kind of
we've-
a consistent line here.
Yeah, we've called ourselves that many a times.
Oh yeah,
In fact, my Twitter bio reads "Idiot Orioles Podcaster." So
absolutely.
there's nothing you can say that will hurt us, guys. But if you want to, if you feel like trying, leave us 5 stars and try to hurt us anyway.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead.
So, guys, Orioles baseball's been fun lately.
So
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, dude. What the hell is this, man?
It's called,
This
I
is
believe, turning a corner.
this is fucking excitement running through my veins right now, man. I haven't been this excited about watching the major league team since, oh geez, I don't know, maybe like early 2017 or so.
Yeah,
It's great, man.
2017 before we realized that what was coming.
Right, because we started out that year pretty well. I mean, we started out, I think, like 22-10 or something like that, something along those lines.
I double checked
Yeah,
the stats yesterday. This is the best the Orioles have been doing at the time of May like 11th when I looked at it. So yeah, since 2017, it's the best time they've done since then. They were in second place in the division. We're not catching that anytime soon, but yeah, it's been really promising, man. Like the Royals series was kind of weird because it rained out like the first 2 days of the series, but the pitching has popped off that series. The offense was hot for like 5 games. They had like 48 hits or something like that across a couple games. And we have not lost a series since the Yankees series. We've had a few splits, but I mean, that was April 22nd, I think. We got swept by the Yanks, but that was the last time we lost the series.
We just won a fucking road series at St. Louis. That's a pretty badass franchise right there.
Yeah, they're
and
off to a
pretty good.
really, really good start.
Yeah. And we took 2 out of 3 from them on the road. So that's exciting. We're going to Detroit this weekend. Josh, we're going to whoop up on your Tigers. Just kidding.
My Tigers.
Your Tigers.
They've been scuffling, so I mean I think there's wins to be had there as well.
They're the worst
And-
team in the AL right now.
You know,
Hopefully.
I mean, imagine if they win that series and come home, you know, I mean, even sweep it. God, that would be amazing. But
I never ask for a sweep. That's my rule.
yeah,
I never ask for a sweep in baseball.
yeah. I don't think you can never really ask for it. I mean, it doesn't happen that often, even when a really good team meets a bad team. Baseball is just a little too random, I think.
Yes, absolutely. That's why they have to play 162 game seasons, because anybody can get hot at any time and anybody can win 10 out of 12. Anybody can lose 10 out of 12. That's why you need a huge sample to actually determine who's really the best.
This exact Cardinals team won 21 straight last year to push their way into the playoffs. I mean, if that ain't random.
Yeah, that was insanity, dude.
I forgot they won 21 straight last year.
It was
That's
like,
fucking
it might have
crazy.
been more than that, but yeah, it was nuts.
It was over 20, yeah. Well, to finish my original thought, I'm just thinking, imagine if at least 2 out of 3 in Detroit this weekend and come home and Adley comes up and makes his debut on Monday, there's going to be a lot of excitement around this team, even more so than there already is. It kind of feels like something's building right now. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking. I kind of felt the same way after John Means' no-hitter last year, but like, I don't know. This team just feels better.
This is different. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't necessarily think I felt the same way about the team as a whole last year after John Means' no-hitter. I thought John Means' no-hitter was really cool, but I still thought we kind of sucked. Now I think, we're not like a great team yet, but we're certainly trending up. And I'm, puffing my chest out a little bit when I'm talking about the O's, saying I told you so a little bit, which is honestly a little bit ridiculous. We're still 14 and 18, but we started out the season with a lot of trash on the roster. We slowly started to get rid of a little bit, and the roster's just going to keep improving, man, as some of these guys keep coming up. And I can't wait. I can't fucking wait to tell everyone I told you so, that I've been going to these minor league games for years. I'm watching all this talent develop. We're going to be good. And here they are.
It's begun.
Yeah, we're probably not going to make the fucking playoffs this year, whatever. We knew that coming in, but stranger things have happened, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
all the blue chippers.
That 70-win goal we set at the beginning of the season doesn't look that out of reach anymore.
They're on pace. They're on pace for it before calling up Adley, Gray Rod, Hall, any of the blue chippers. We haven't had a blue chipper debut yet, except for Riley Bannon, obviously. But seriously, though.
The only thing blue about Rylan Bannon is the jersey he used to wear. Calm down, Brad.
My guy. Rylan, if you're listening, I love you. I know you are. So have a safe flight to Detroit. But in the meantime, I love you. But anyway.
Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Hold on.
Oh, what are you going to do? Track their flight to Detroit to see if they're there yet?
Gosh.
I called it. That's what you're doing, right?
I won't lie, Ryan. I love that app. I use it all the time.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
Actually, yeah.
I told you.
I don't have it on my phone, but I've thought about it multiple times, thinking, I'd kind of like to have that app on my phone.
They landed in Detroit at 7:05.
So you actually, where do you find the team's flight number?
There's Twitter accounts.
There's a Twitter account I follow called Sports Plus Aviation.
That's dope, bro.
And they follow. They post. I mean, anytime it goes up, they post teams' flights. They post the tail number of the planes they're on. The Orioles always use it. The Orioles are really easy to follow because their flight is always United Airlines 2506. Okay. They use a United charter. They have dedicated charter 737s that are used for, I think they're like very heavy on premium seats. Like instead of having like the normal economy seats, they have a much like more premium layout for just specifically for chartering sports teams.
What were the in-flight movies offered today?
I don't know because I've never flown United, but if I did flow United, I could tell you.
Okay. No.
But I'm not sure otherwise.
How long have they been flying United? Because I remember the advertisements way back in the day were always Southwest.
Yeah. I mean,
that was
Southwest
a long time ago.
Southwest is a partner still, I think, just because of the Baltimore connection. But I mean, Southwest doesn't even have like a first class product. So unless you're just like, cattle carring all these players into like a fucking Southwest plane, I don't think they would be too fond of that. Right. Personally. But yeah, they've been flying United for a little while. But yeah, they landed in Detroit at 7:05. So.
Side question: did you track my flight back from Texas 2 weeks ago, like you promised you would?
I did.
Make sure see. Okay, so once you saw that my flight landed, you were like, "Brad's home safe. I can finally go to bed." Thank you for that.
I didn't track it that long.
That was a rough day for me. I almost died earlier that day.
I did pop in on it a couple times just to like see where you were, but I didn't track it fully to the extent.
Yeah. Let me know the name of that app though, because that is kind of dope.
It's called Flight Radar 24.
All right, cool.
Yep. I have to drive past an airport, like going different trips for work and stuff. So I always like just whip out the phone if something's taken off at like 9 a.m. And like,
it's funny.
I can't stand you for that.
Everybody I show this app to, like, dude, you're a fucking dork. And then the next time I talk to them about it, they're like, yeah, so I have that app now.
Listen,
Yeah, I shit on him at opening day. Like there was a plane flying way over the stadium, and I saw him pull out his phone. I was like, "You piece of shit! I know what you're doing." And I was like, I didn't have the app yet, though.
Dude, it turned out to be a Lufthansa A350 inbound from fucking Munich, Germany. That's cool. Okay.
See, now you're a nerd.
Look, when they call you a dork, they're not wrong.
No,
But sometimes it's cool to be a dork about some things, like I have been about minor league baseball the past few years.
100%.
So,
100%. Yes, I'm a huge flight dork. I mean, you can kind of see it on it here. I mean, I have a whole cabinet full of plane models next to me. So yeah, I'm a huge fucking dork about it. But there's worse things that I can be into.
There's people I run into with my Bay Sox season ticket package. Like shout out to Danny, shout out to Travis. We're all dorks when it comes to that shit, but we love it. So it is what it is.
And if you love it, then it's fine. Unless you're hurting people, then it's not okay.
Then it's not okay. I don't think I've hurt anybody in those games. Maybe feelings of the other team when I've had a few too many drinks.
For sure.
Yeah, like when I was at the championship series last year, I had a couple drinks in me, and the right fielder was talking shit to me a little bit. So he might have had a little bit of hurt feelings, but that's okay. I wasn't even talking shit to him. He was defending his teammate who my buddy and I were pointing out was 0 for 4. My buddy was like, Jose Tena's 0 for 4. And that's not even the guy who talked shit back to me. The right fielder ran. He's like, how many hits do you have tonight, bro? Are you 0 for 4? You 0 for 4? When they were running off the field, it was great. I love it. I live for that shit.
All right.
Let's get back into it here.
Oh, yeah. Yep, certainly.
Josh, take us into this one, buddy.
What, the Twitter discourse?
I mean, yeah, obviously, because we just talked about both things. Come on, man, pay attention.
All right. My camera was blocking the fucking. So yes, Orioles Twitter lately has been in a much better mood. Besides clamoring for Adley call up already and Gray Rod call up, but that's pretty typical these days. That's a normal online conversation. But between the pitching staff performances, the bullpen doing what it's doing, I guess that's included in the pitching staff. Starting rotation and bullpen's been elite, and the offense is actually like fighting, and they're like a scrappy team now. And like I was kind of going to say this, and then we got off topic about the last couple series. But when you were talking about last year, I couldn't get that same feeling because if Mullins and Mountcastle didn't do it on offense, it wasn't happening. And like the pitching staff, if it wasn't Means, we were going to be down 4 after 4. And this year it's a little different. Every single rotation piece is doing a decent job at keeping us in the game, outside of Watkins last night, who gave up like 7, I think, and 4. But everyone in the bullpen's pretty trustworthy, especially now that Lakins and Fry are gone. And the people are happy about it. Orioles Twitter, you see positive things about even like really obscure players anymore. It's just a much healthier place to be in.
I like seeing people that normally annoy me every time they tweet being like, I'm super excited to watch the games now. Like seeing positivity from people that are just perpetually negative and like to a fault is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I would have been perpetually negative, but I just rooted for us to get the number 1 overall pick last year and rooted for certain players. So I get why people are negative if they're not in that same mindset as me. They've been hot garbage the last few years. They haven't even been trying to win. It looks like now we're trying to win. And there's going to come a point where we're going to tail off and lose 8 out of 10 games or so. I mean, it is what it is. But as long as the general play just keeps trending up throughout the course of the entire season, and we got a lot of new, young, exciting guys coming up throughout the year, which it should start coming in waves now. It's going to be dope, man. It's going to be dope. I'm pumped.
Absolutely.
My dad asked me, I was at my grandparents for Mother's Day. I had the O's game on, and my dad walks in. He's like, "They got any guys you actually like now?" I mean, they had a couple before, but yeah, like I'm actually pumped to actually watch them play. Like, fuck Kansas City, let's win this game. When last year I wouldn't have given a shit about that.
The amount of difference that calling up Nevin and Bradish makes is like unreal. Like that's the only two really big differences in the last couple of weeks, and that's all it's taken to like shift the mood of people. And I don't know, that's nice. Both are nice pieces. Bradish more so right now, but Nevin's been hitting a little.
Yep. Just a little effort is nice.
I made the
Nice.
tweet the other day, in like 140 plate appearances for Kelvin Gutierrez as an Oriole, he hit 2 home runs. Tyler Nevin did that exact same feat in like 40, I think. It might have been way less than that, but it was like 25 or something crazy like that. Like comparatively, they're playing a lot differently.
Yeah.
And that's nice to see. And Nevin has versatility. Gutierrez does not.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. While we're in the topic of the Orioles and Twitter, this is going to be a little PSA to anybody who listens. If you get mad at me about this, I really don't care. Please stop tagging Buster Olney in your tweets every time the Orioles win a game. You know, the us versus Buster thing was like fun in the beginning when, I mean, nothing's really changed, but like it's just getting so old, guys. It's so old.
The Buster Only smells sign was funny, but
yes,
that's like now we do it on every tweet, and people are very serious about it when they do it too, and that's it's annoying.
Yeah,
To be fair to Buster Only, I never really thought he was wrong last year. I just didn't care because I was fine with what the ball club was doing. The issue was he wasn't calling out teams like the Diamondbacks, who were equally as bad.
That was my thing as well. He's not wrong about tanking being a problem. It's just the fact that he pretends like the Orioles are the only team to tank. That's what bothers me, and I know it's pretty much the same thing that other people think as well. But it's done, guys. We know he doesn't like us. He used to work for the Sun. He probably got fired and is still butthurt about that. Either that or he walked into his house and found the Oriole bird in bed with his wife. We don't know.
By the way, I was today years old when I realized that Buster Olney used to work for the Sun when you guys mentioned it in the group chat. So
yeah,
there's a lot of big reporters that used to work in Baltimore. I think Ken Rosenthal was another one. Tim Kirchin was another one.
Yeah.
I think the most annoying part about Buster, like I agree with you, like everything he said last year was pretty much spot on. Like, and people get mad because he's shitting on the Orioles and no one else, but understandable. It's when he would do it out of literally the middle of nowhere. Like he would turn like something good happening in like the general baseball talk, and then he'd say, "And now check out the Orioles doing this." It was like on like off the cuff. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The chip on his shoulder about the Orioles like being bad is like that's annoying, but it's as annoying as us tagging him in every single time the Orioles have success.
Yeah. I mean,
it would make sense if we tagged him like at the end of the year when like we don't even have, we're 14 and 18 still. So as excited as I am, like it's not really a got him moment yet. So
yeah, and that's part of the reason why it is getting annoying. We're not sitting at the top of the division at 23-10. If we were, I might be tagging Buster a little bit, but we're not. You know, we're playing respectable baseball. We're all having fun, but in the grand scheme of things, we have not accomplished shit yet.
We're essentially doing what we're supposed to do.
If we all want to collectively get together under your Baltimore Orioles are the 2020 whatever World Series champions and tag at Buster ESPN, I'm all for that. But let's calm down. Let's calm down until we do something. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, dope. I'm with it,
friend. Yep.
On a more fun note, Josh, I believe it was you that said it on our Twitter account so eloquently and so to the point. Kyle Bradish is that dude.
He was that dude. I mean, what a start, man. If you don't mind, I can get into it. Kyle Bradish goes third major league start. Okay. Kyle Bradish goes 7 innings, 11 Ks, gives up 2 earned runs, 0 walks for a guy who was touching, I believe he touched 98.
He did
97 or 98. He was striking out guys like this was the most, I don't know, eye-opening part for me about it. He was striking out Goldschmidt. He was striking out Arenado. He was striking out Tommy Edman, who was one of the hottest players in the league right now. I mean, just all of their stars were unable to hit Kyle Bradish. He was making him look silly. Tyler O'Neill's another one. He struck out 3 times against Bradish. And I mean, he made the Cardinals lineup look silly, gave the Orioles a shot, and they ended up winning.
Fun little trivia factoid about that start from Bradish. He is only the second pitcher in Major League history to go. I think it was just 11 strikeouts and no walks by their 3rd career start.
Yeah.
And the only time it was ever done was by Steven Strasburg.
Number 1 overall pick and generational talent at the time. Yep.
Pretty good company.
Yep. Definitely a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, man, it was so much fun watching that game, and especially the at bat of the night for me was I think we talked about it before with Bruce Zimmerman did it to I think Stanton or Judge, where they had that pitch working and they just keep going to it. He threw, I believe, 3 straight sliders to Arenado, and he swung and missed it all 3 of them.
Yeah, made him look silly. I think the last one was like 5 feet in front of the plate.
I think one of the best parts about it was the presence he showed after he faced adversity. He gave up that 2-run home run. I think, what did he strike? I know he at least struck out the side. I don't know if it was 3
He struck out the next 2, I believe, after that.
2,
yeah. So he didn't let it get to him.
By the way, not a normal 2-run home run, a 2-run inside the park home run.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I actually forgot about that.
Harrison Bader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasn't the double kind of BS too? Like it was a double technically, but it was like it just like happened to hit the little corner of the wall down the foul line or something like that.
No, I think Yachty just kind of hit one into the gap or something.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't that well struck, but yeah, I mean it was a decent hit. But
legit double. Mullins almost caught it, but if Mullins can't catch it, I kind of just assume it's legit.
Right.
Yeah.
It was fun. It's fun to watch, man. He's growing. He's growing into it. There was a really funny text exchange between you and me, Josh. That night we were talking about it.
I felt so bad, man. I thought I jinxed the whole start. I said, "Yeah, he looks really good," and I said
specifically, you said he's going to go 7 scoreless, and then
Very
Harrison
next 2
Bader
batters.
promptly hit a 2-run inside the park home run, and the second he crossed the plate, I just texted you and I just said, "Why do you talk, Josh?"
It was the next 2 batters, the double and then the homer. And yeah, right after I said, "Yep, he's going 7."
Tight invite on that conversation, by the way. Tight invite.
Sorry, bro.
No.
Ryan will just shoot me little comments during the game.
Yeah.
I don't want to bother you.
Yeah, because I don't know when you're watching. I can usually bet on Josh watching the game. I don't know when you actually watch.
I am always, if not watching, game casting.
Okay.
I'm always, even last year I was. You thought I didn't pay attention last year. I still was last year too.
No, we knew you paid attention. We just didn't you were rooting for the number 1 pick. So why would I excitedly text you when something happened?
No, last year I agree.
Yeah.
This year
I'd be like, bro, did you see that home run by fucking
Mateo or something?
Jorge Mateo?
Rio Ruiz early in the year.
Or did you see that Pat Valleca bomb, bro? Like, no, even I wouldn't be excited about that.
But you saw me giving a shout out to the scrubs today. Here, the group chat.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
Anthony Bamboom.
Fucking Anthony Bamboom doesn't get enough respect.
I think at some point Scott Garso said Anthony Bamboom goes boom boom, and I wanted to die in that moment.
Oh, he did call Ryan Bannon today.
I heard that. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Where's Kevin Brown? I assume this is like his vacation week or something.
He just tweeted something. He was off doing something else. He was broadcasting something. Hold on. I just saw it. I just freaking saw it. Oh my God. And my fucking Twitter thing is going to reset. Yep. It's gone. Hold on.
Well, that's gone forever.
I hate that. You're like, oh, let me just look at this tweet again that I just saw 2 seconds ago. And then Twitter's like, nope, we shuffled your algorithm. Oh yeah. He was calling softball.
There's softball going on right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't like his contract kind of dictate like
well, no, he's got a contract with ESPN too. So
okay. I know they know their schedules like literally like 6 months in advance. But
yeah. But he did
Garceau's
say
calling softball.
No, Brown.
no, Kevin Brown.
Kevin Brown.
But he did at the end of that tweet say now on to Detroit. So I think we can probably
Okay.
expect to have him on the call again tomorrow, which would be very sweet.
Before Garceau was in the booth, I was listening to him on the radio a couple of days ago, and I was like, man, we really got through a whole year of Scott Garceau as the lead
Dude,
broadcaster.
it just makes me so mad that like all these things, like fun things happen when he's on the call. Like imagine how much better it would have been watching that Bradish outing if Brown was on the call.
Yeah.
Like Scott's mood never changes. He just says what's happening with like zero context to like it's like everything he says is just like in a vacuum.
In the moment, yeah.
Like he's like, well, Bradish is pitching well. Like, yeah, dude, like can you provide any more analysis to this? Like,
Tell us more about
Jesus
what to
Christ,
expect
man.
from Kyle Bradish. You know, like why should we be excited for this?
And for
Like-
the love of God, man, every ball hit in the air is not hit well. Okay. It's not hit well. Most of them aren't. And then he always goes back on it. Like when and it's a pop-up and the infielder camps under it. He's like, well, not well enough. It's like, fucking hey, Scott, you're so bad at this.
Action Haze.
Yeah, that's a bad one. That's a bad
Tough.
one.
Ben McDonald said it the other day. It's like, no, Ben.
I know. It's like,
Don't
Ben,
play
stop. Let it die, Ben. Please let it die.
in the fires of Garceau's radio career.
All right, y'all. We haven't done one of these in a while, but we have our bad take of the week to discuss. There was a tweet this morning that was sent out by a person that I do enjoy following on Twitter. He's Orioles at Orioles Statistics, and he said, you know what I'd like to see a Mountcastle extension. He won't be insanely expensive, but he's young and a good hitter and could be a big part of the lineup for a long time. He's a free agent in 2027 and when he turns 30. I'd lock him up for 3 more years past that. And a Twitter user said, haven't we learned the don't pay the first base DH lesson enough the last 35 years? If he had above average OBP skills, maybe, but he doesn't. And I just want to know, guys, why does this fan base hate players that can hit baseballs?
I mean, if you can't like see yourself like even extending Mountcastle just so he gets a little bit more money than what he'd get in arbitration, I don't really know what to tell you because like dude hit 30 something home runs last year. I mean, he is a good first baseman, and we're not saying give him the 35 AAV that Davis had. Just like maybe you'd want this guy a little longer.
Yeah, there's a lot of types of fans that I hate, and one of them is a very specific one, and it's this type of fan goes across all sports as well. It's the one that finds a reason to not give a contract to a player. They seek out reasons to not pay a player. And
It's like front offices.
If I squint, I can sort of see what he's saying about don't pay him top dollar. But kind of like we talked about in the group chat earlier, Brian Hayes money, maybe a little bit more than that, and I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to break the bank, but
yeah,
I don't
we're not saying like let's pay him like he's Shohei Ohtani, guys. We're just saying give him a contract extension. Like I don't
Extensions
understand
don't
why it's-
entail max deals. Like people
No.
think that for some reason.
well, there's a reason they think that. It's because the market for free agents has been absolutely absurd over the last few years.
Yeah.
Where even not great players get big money, but the Pirates got a good deal on Brian Hayes. That was a team-friendly deal.
They really
Tremendous
did.
deal.
I can't believe he took that deal, man.
What was it? 7 years, like just over 7 mil a year, something like
I think
that.
I thought he was making like 10 million a year or so.
I
but
don't think his AAV
No, it's
ever
not
got over
10.
10.
No.
Seriously. Yeah, I don't know why the hell he.
Like
I don't know.
his average pay would end up being like just over like arbitration numbers if he had like decent seasons. I guess he wants
Yeah.
safe money, which I can understand, but I think he can be worth a little bit more.
Like obviously, I would love to make the money that Brian Hayes is making in a year, but if I were Brian Hayes, I would feel like I was worth more.
So I have it right here. 2022 and 2023, he gets 10 million. The next 4 years. I believe it's 4. He gets 7, 2 years of 8 mil. And in 2030, when he's 33 years old, he'll get 12 mil. There's a team option and there's also a buyout. So, I mean, he would get, I think it's a $60 million deal, 54 million, whatever. So, I mean, that's good money for a 25-year-old guy. Same for Mountcastle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give it
For
to him.
sure.
Give him the money.
Yep. Absolutely. We ready to head into fantasy, boys?
Let's do it.
My computer wants to work. The internet's crashing. I have a phone. Okay. Ryan, announce your score. I just picked the name.
All right. Well, I had Josh, and Josh's team last week was Adley Rutschman, Ryan Mountcastle, Ryan McKenna, bleh, and Jordan Lyles. Adley got you 10.97. He didn't have a great week. Unfortunately, that home run today did not count.
Sad.
Ryan Mountcastle had a pretty good week there. 19.49. Excuse me. Ryan McKenna had like one really good day, and it makes me furious. And that was enough to get you 20.43 points.
Let's go.
Jordan Lyles had for a pitcher, respectable 8.1 points, which brings you to 58.99. Josh.
Okay. Brad, I had you. Your team consisted of Cedric Mullins, Darrell Hernandez, Gene Pinto, and Jacob Tedder. Mullins had a pretty solid week. He ends up getting you 23.37. Hernandez had actually a pretty tough week. I think his OPS was down in the 500s. He ends up getting you 12.02. Pinto put up 4 innings, gave up 1 run, didn't have a ton of strikeouts, though. 6 points, which isn't terrible for a pitcher. And Jacob Tedder had a pretty sneaky week for you, 22.17 points. That brings your total up to 63.56.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Wow. I am so blessed. All right. So I have Ryan's team. He had Kobe Mayo, John Rhodes, Austin Hayes, DL Hall. Honestly, a bit of a tough week for some of those guys. Austin Hayes had a good week. He ended up going 7 for 23 with a couple doubles. 2 runs. Surprisingly, no RBIs out of Austin Hayes.
No one gets on base for him.
Like, he hit the shit out of the ball for a couple of days. I was shocked when I saw that. Anyways, Hayes ended up coming with 19.51 points. He had a walk and a hit by a pitch as well. OPS coming in somewhere around 0.751, which is surprising because it's like he tore it up for a few days and then he took a couple overs. So it all evened out in a bit. John Rhodes, bit of a tough week. He went 1 for 8. Ended up coming in at, it was a double. He ended up coming in at 9.72 points. Kobe Mayo, he had 0 for the week, 7.25 points. Couple of walks, couple RBIs, couple of runs, and a stolen base. Got you some points in there. 0.125 OPS for him on the week. Tough scene. DL Hall, he ended up coming in at 6 points. I am at 3 innings pitched, 6 Ks, 1 earned run, 2 bases on balls. So actually, yeah, 6 points. So 42.40 is what I come in at. So
Brad wins this week.
Wow.
I think that's like the first weekly win I've had.
I've won the first 2, and then this is.
I think
No, I mean, like including last year. I know it's my first year. I finished in second like every week last year.
You won last. I mean, Ryan ran the table on us, but you did win.
Maybe I did.
Okay.
All right. So what is it? 2-1-1 or 2-1-0?
2-1-0.
Okay.
I'm still over.
The law of averages, man. You won so many last year. The law of averages.
Hey, I never won one last year. I went 0 for last year.
The law of averages, man. It's a real thing. It really is.
I might have won 1 last year. I don't know. No, because we made a big deal about it the first week I won this year because it was the first one I ever won.
You might have won once, but you finished last a lot.
Regardless, I was bad last year. Really bad. Well, Brad, you have first pick this week.
I have first pick. Okay. I will take Rylan Bannon.
He likes his guys.
My guy. My guy. That's a major league pick too. That's
That is a major league pick. That's
Yeah.
that's solid. He's technically on the roster. I'm gonna get Colton Cowser.
Wow.
He's had some struggles early on, but I think he's ready to break out.
Okay.
I'm taking Gunner.
That's a good pick.
Yep, can't really go wrong.
Pitcher. Give me Gray Rod.
What a basic pick, man.
I'm a basic bitch. Basic pick for a basic bitch.
All right, I'm gonna take Mullins. Dude's OPS is over 800 now.
That's a very good sign.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Kyle Bradish.
can't go wrong there.
I'm gonna go with Jordan Westberg because I feel he is due, and he did hit a couple doubles yesterday, so maybe he's starting to feel it. Maybe he's due for a good week. So give me Westberg.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, he's had a couple cold weeks here.
It's been tough.
I'm gonna take Colin Burns out of Aberdeen. He's had a very sneaky start to the year. He's batting like 350 or something like that.
Yeah.
Just my last pick, huh?
You get two more.
Two more. Give me Dylan Harris.
Okay.
Okay.
Isn't his name like Haris? Like there's no double R.
No, there's two R's.
Okay. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
I was gonna take Adley, but the rumor that I heard is that he might catch one or two more games on rehab and then sit this weekend and debut on Monday. So he could be missing some games in there. So I'm going to go with the same philosophy that I had for Westberg and say Stowers is due to break out. So give me Kyle Stowers.
Nice.
Wild card team could be really good. Not.
Yep.
For my pitcher, I'm going to take Kevin Smith, who has sneakily had a 1.15 ERA to start the year.
Dope.
I'll take for my final pick. Give me Yusniel Diaz.
Based.
I think he just pulled his hamstring hearing his name called in this draft.
All right.
All right.
Wraps it up.
Cool.
Teams
Sweet,
are Ryan
sweet.
with Gunner, Bradish, Harris, Diaz. Brad has Bannon, Gray Rod, Westberg, Stowers. I have Cowser, Mullins, Burns, Kevin Smith.
Dope.
Good shit.
I'll put that in the doc because I always forget to.
So guys, y'all realize that we could see Adley Rutschman's debut before by the next time we record an episode.
Very well could, and probably will, honestly. So
More likely than not.
yeah.
It's exciting.
It really
Chirino.
is.
The Chirinos era over, even though he'll be a backup still.
More like the Ben Boom era is
The
over.
Ben
Yeah, I
Boom
was
era is
saying,
over.
Chirinos ain't going anywhere.
Do you think since Ben Boom hit a bomb today, we can trade him for like Mike Trout?
Former teammate of Trout.
So maybe.
So, right.
Yeah. I mean, they're both about the same level of player. Obviously, they're on the same team, right?
What is Ben Boom's total stats? Because catching is a very thin position in modern baseball. There's a lot of teams with catchers like Anthony Ben Boom as their main catcher.
I feel like he's still below the average catcher.
I think so too, but I'm still gonna double check. He's from Minnesota.
Yeah, man. Look it up. Check it out. Get back to me, man.
The homer today probably helps him out quite a bit.
Yeah, it probably did.
He had a couple doubles this year, I think, but lefty catcher. Let's see here. Internet is failing me. At least the guys seem to like Chirinos. OPS is still chilling at a cool 485. That home run was his first RBI of the year. Six for 43 on the season.
That's impressive. 43 at-bats, no RBIs. So,
did you guys know this? In 2016, he was picked by the Rockies. What round and pick would you think, or just what round did you think he was picked in?
first round, third overall. Just kidding. I have no clue. I'm not even going to guess. I forfeit my guess.
15th.
Anthony Van Boom was the 9th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
Okay, so I wasn't even that far off.
I know that was a light draft because Moniak went first, and that's already kind of a crapshoot of a draft. But Van Boom going 9th, and he's here, and he's just this now.
That's insane.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at a lot of drafts over the years, and there's guys picked in the top 5 that I've never even heard of because they never panned out. So I don't know. MLB drafts is kind of a crapshoot.
No, this was wrong. Why is MLB like that? Their website. So he was picked in the Rule 5 draft, 9th overall.
All right, that's a big difference.
I went to Baseball Reference. Okay, 2012 draft, 22nd round.
Okay, all right.
Now it lines up.
All right, we're gonna cut that out.
No, we're gonna leave it because MLB needs to know that their website's dumb. You don't put the Rule 5 draft date in there for when he was picked. It doesn't make any sense.
Jordan Westburg just hit a 3-run home run. Bowie's still losing 11-6, but
nice.
Good to see Jordan Westburg getting it together a little bit.
Wish he would have waited another day.
Yeah, I know.
But now he's hot going into tomorrow.
Yeah.
Look on the bright side, Brad.
Facts.
Yeah, very true. All right, Brad, you want to wrap us up here with a little bit of minor league baseball notes?
Yeah, sure. We'll go through a little bit here. Let's go to Delmarva. I mean, as we've kind of gone through over the past few weeks, they really don't have anybody that's all that exciting. Daryl Hernandez was doing well until I drafted him, and now he's kind of dropped off a little bit. His OPS is still close to 900. So, I mean, still keep an eye on him. But the rest of their team, yeah, I'm not even going to waste my time talking much about them. Aberdeen, that's been the team to watch this year. They had the best record in minor league baseball as of at least 2 days ago, and they're up 6-2 again tonight. And Cesar Prieto came back yesterday, but it looks like he left the lineup. And great, he's not even listed on the bench. He went back on the IL.
Great.
So
Norby's
awesome.
Got hit in the face too yesterday.
Yeah, he's not on the IL. Looks like I see a 2-man bench of Bowens and Norby tonight. It fucking sucks about Prieto, man, because he's been exciting, but he had apparently it was a hammy from what I heard from people that had talked to him, and he was out a couple weeks, came back, and I guess he re-aggravated it.
Can I pause you right there, Brad? What was the timetable on Heston Kjerstad when we talked about it?
So in spring training, they said 8 to 12 weeks. So
we are getting very close to that 8-week mark.
This was towards the end of spring training. So yeah, we're getting close to the 8-week mark, but shoot me. But I tend to look at things pessimistically when we're talking about Heston Kjerstad because, I mean, I'm sorry. It's not like he makes him a bad dude or anything, but I don't know. It sucks, man. It seems like his body lets him down.
Yep.
And it's just one of those things where I don't know. Are we ever going to see him even play an affiliated game? Probably at some point, but by then he might be so far behind that, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
I'd like to see him work out. He was the number 2 overall pick, man. I don't want him to be a guy that some other random ass bullshit podcast with some other idiots covering some other team looks at the 2020 MLB draft and says, "Who the fuck's this Kjerstad guy that the Orioles drafted?" But it could happen, but hopefully not.
So March
Yeah, well,
23rd.
Hopefully, they also look at that draft and talk about Jordan Westberg.
Yeah,
There you go.
and Kobe Mayo.
Yeah.
March
a good point.
23rd listed as 8 to 12 weeks, so I guess we're not there yet, but getting there. We're about the 6-week mark.
Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't heard any updates on that. But then again, as far as minor league injury updates go, it's impossible to find out. In fact, the only reason I knew that Prieto was a hammy is because I was talking to some of the guys at one of the games I went to, and he said he asked him at the Ironbirds game. Prieto told him it was a hammy. So
From the source.
He's
Yeah,
probably
that's-
not supposed to do that.
probably not. No. So that's the only reason I knew that. Caesar, if you're listening, I'm sorry for blowing your cover. Let's see. But yeah, their lineup overall has been pretty exciting. Josh has been alluding to Colin Burns a lot in the group chat. He's got a very good batting average. His OPS is 842, which is good. Not going to complain about an 842 OPS, but when your batting average is that high, you think maybe your OPS would be a little bit higher. So I'm not quite sure what to think of Colin Burns yet. It's great that he's batting 347. Obviously not a whole lot of power. I don't think he's walking a ton on top of that, but hopefully he can keep hitting. We'll see where that goes. Kobe Mayo obviously had a tough week last week, but that dropped his OPS to 781. So that's not, if you're going to go 0 for 13 and that just drops you to 781, means you're having a pretty good season before that.
He was pushing 900 before last week.
Yeah, exactly. Billy Cook's a guy who actually started really, really slow and was pretty decent in Delmarva last year. And he's gotten a little bit hot. He's pushed his OPS up over 700. So we'll see where that goes. Looks like they're playing it. He's an outfielder. It looks like they're actually playing him at second base tonight. So that's interesting.
Utility guy.
Yeah. Dante Williams has a fuck ton of stolen bases. I think he's at 12 now. He's at 11 or 12.
Jeez.
He's at about an 800 OPS. So Aberdeen looking to go, let's see, I think 21-7 with a win tonight. Double check that.
That team's stacked.
It is. It reminds me of the Delmarva Shorebirds team a few years ago that won minor league team of the year, even though they didn't actually win their championship because they just lost in the playoffs. But yeah, a lot of fun there. As far as Bowie goes, the main attraction is definitely Gunnar Henderson. Got to watch him in person on Sunday, and obviously you can see his stats and see he's doing a good job, but he was barreling everything up. And the thing that really impressed me is his stolen base skills, which I actually did not really realize coming into this year. He was such a big stolen base guy. He stole 3 bases at the game I was at. He's up to 11 on the year. He got massive jumps on all of them. And it was, it's a skill. It's more than just about speed. It's a skill. And he kind of has that down. So that was good to see. And even though the organization projects him as a third baseman, the dude looks smooth at shortstop. He's a big, tall, lanky dude, and he can move. He was making some really athletic plays. So
is Carlos Correa. I don't think that will hinder him at all.
Yeah, exactly. So aside from him, there's not a ton of good hitting at Bowie right now. It sounds like Westberg has had a good last few games, but he had some really rough weeks. His OPS is coming in around, pulling it up right now. He's got to be probably
Not
over
in the sevens.
Pulling it up right now. Hudson Haskins at 974. He had a bomb tonight, so that's good. Retakes the team lead in OPS. Westberg's at 773 now. Wow. So he kind of climbed back up a little bit over the last few days after dropping off. So that's good, despite going in a massive slump. Kind of the same thing that I said about Kobe Mayo. Mayo had a shitty ass week. He's at 781. Westberg's had a shitty ass couple weeks, and he's at 773. So if that's bottoming out, that ain't too bad. So hopefully that's bottoming out. AAA, Yusniel Diaz came back, and he's been kind of picking up where he left off, hitting pretty well. Rutschman actually hit his first bomb of his rehab stint today.
Yep.
So hopefully, I was kind of worried when I saw Rutschman go 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. I think it was yesterday. I wasn't worried in the sense like, Rutschman, he doesn't have it.
Bust.
No, not in that sense. I was worried in the sense that Elias is going to be like, oh, he's not ready yet. We've got to keep him down for 3 weeks longer.
When
So-
Chirino strikes out 3 times a game at the major.
Exactly. So good to see him hit a bomb today. Aside from that, Kelvin Gutierrez is hitting well. Great 4A player. Ryan McKenna hit 3 bombs last night. Josh,
Yo,
fuck you.
he's my Bannon. Come on now.
Just kidding. I know. I respect it. You're allowed to have your guy. He is a great AAA player. What can I say? Gray Rod, good outing tonight. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. Let's see. As far as pitches thrown, he threw 80 tonight. I think they had him up to 85 last outing. So they're stretching him out just a little bit more. So hopefully that's really the only reason they're keeping him down, is to limit his innings a bit and then stretch him out as we get a little bit deeper into the season and hopefully call him up. So that's pretty much all I got to say about minor leagues right now. If you want to know more, tune in next week and I'll talk about the last week.
Comment on Gunner. I believe he leads AA in, it's either AA or all of the minor leagues in walks right now. And he's reached in every single game.
Yeah, he's definitely been a huge OBP guy. His OPS almost touched 1,000 this week. I think it dropped off a little bit with the 0 for yesterday, but that's baseball. Shit happens. He's been an on-base machine. He's been doing pretty much everything right. And kind of a point that I've hit on in previous episodes is I think Gunner, if he were on a contending team, if he were in the organization of a contending team that had a hole at shortstop, he could be in the big leagues right now. He could.
Yeah.
I really think he could. Yeah, he might struggle a little bit to start out because that happens, but he's worthy. He's proven it. So
I would believe that they'd like start him over like Mateo. I don't know, more often than not.
I think so too. He's a better bat. And even though Jorge Mateo is slowly becoming like my favorite player that's not a great hitter, and the reasoning behind that is just because even though his OPS might not be great, he makes up for it a bit with stolen bases. So that kind of his OPS is a little bit misleading. He still contributes more offensively by swiping bags, and his defense is great.
Where would you guys think Mateo ranks on the Orioles as for WAR leaders? I know the answer. It was before today. But what would you guys think he ranks at?
Probably like 3rd or 4th, maybe. I don't know.
7th.
3rd.
Hey, solid.
He's under Hayes and Mullins.
I mean, yeah, WAR factors in defense. He plays great defense and he steals a lot of bags. So
He had like 3 games of really bad defense like in the same week, and now he seems fine. The amount of double plays that infield turns is insane. We lead baseball in it.
yeah, he made some nice plays in the 9th inning today too. He made that over the catch running backwards.
That was nice.
I guess the base runner just didn't think he had any chance of catching the ball, and fuck him.
Pretty foolish in a 1-run game.
Yep, for sure.
Indeed. All right, guys. I think that about wraps us up.
Yep.
Alrighty.
As per the usual, follow our Twitter account at Podcast Birdie. You can follow me at RyanSet094. You can follow Brad at KUBradWandell. And follow Josh at Out of State O's. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. You guys got any last-minute thoughts?
Nothing to add, man. Go O's. Let's keep this train rolling.
Thank you for joining the giveaway. The response was incredible.
Yep, really good.
Yep.
Thanks
We
for
will
everybody
announce the
doing
winner
that.
next week and remind your friends that the sweepstakes still runs another week. So there's still opportunities for people to get in.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Adios.